in my advisory period, we certainly turned a corner, I believe, towards a positive experience from one that I felt was not productive. One of the turning points for me was a lesson on diversity in which my students seemed to believe that it was an unnecessary issue to address, that it was repetitive, that it was old, that you all had been together for so many years that there were no differences, no need to recognize differences, that was past. And if that is true, then the work of people before you has been successful. And in my position, I would wish that you never forget that you owe a lot to people who came before you so that you are where you are. And in my position, I think I can speak to you about a time before this when things were different. I think I've been given 5 minutes, and if somebody needs to get the hook, get the hook. I grew up in South Carolina. I was born in 1944. I went to a segregated school. There were no black people in my community. I had no black friends. Conversations about black people were negative, degrading, and humiliating. And the white people in my town felt that was fine. My family felt that was fine. I don't know what happened to me. I guess I was given a heart that could see beyond my present-day circumstances. I felt pain for what was going on, and I felt I needed somehow to get out of there, and I did. And I left South Carolina, and I ended up in Washington, D.C. I look back on it for many years, and I try to internalize a lot of what went on, and what I grew up with, and where I am now. In this short period of time, in trying to look at this and look at present-day circumstances and say, look at the event that happened a couple of days ago, a lot of prejudice and ignorance and racism comes from a lack of respect. The true ingredient that was happening in the South in my time was a lack of respect for another human race. And if you work at it, you can dehumanize people to the point that they are not people. And that happens in other places. It happened in Germany. It happened in the former Yugoslavia. When we talk about diversity and we have programs like this and we have advisory periods like this, it's our attempt not to let you forget. One day, people of my generation will not any longer be here. And with us will pass the memory of a day that was terrible. But the only way we can hope that those lessons will not happen again is to leave our remembrances with you, and hopefully some of our ideals can be left with you. So in the future, in the times that we have these assemblies, these advisory periods, I hope you will listen. I hope you will not think it's funny. I hope you will not think it's a joke. I hope you will put in some work to understand the reason why. Because what I know from my own personal experience, overcoming racism, overcoming prejudice takes work. Thank you.